Hey everybody, it's Bethany and Lena with You Are Your Child's Pancreas. And sadly, Lena is sick. And we wanted to take a minute to talk about being sick with type 1 diabetes is a whole different ballgame. Lena, all of a sudden, instead of say after she's sick to her stomach and throws up, instead of thinking, no, buddy. Okay, sorry about that. Instead of, say, after another one of my children is sick to their stomach, I would very slowly work back into liquids and foods and say, okay, let's wait till your stomach recovers. But it's so important for Lena to stay hydrated with type 1 that we have to keep trying liquids even if she's going to throw them up. Poor girl. So you can see we use the Tandem T-Slim here, and she has been 99% in range, but that's because the poor thing hasn't been able to eat. And so there's been no, and so far this sickness isn't causing spikes. It's been mostly congestion. Lena, do you have anything to say? It's hard for her to talk because she's congested right now too. But okay, I'll take you off the screen, honey, so you don't have to do that. So we're doing, I actually just dosed her for the first time with some apple juice that she's gonna see if she can keep down. Otherwise, our favorites are vitamin water. Can you hand me that, buddy, after you take a drink? Little brother's having some too. But we are really happy with these vitamin water products. And they're good anytime. I'm worried about her when she's running high. We use them all the time just to make sure she's staying well hydrated while we're getting her numbers back down. But in this case, this sickness actually has not made her run high at this point. But we're just working on keeping her hydrated. We also have herbal teas, some with a little honey, some not. Of course, water. And we just got, can I see your apple juice, honey? For the first time, I actually remembered to buy little apple juice juice boxes because these are just 15 grams. And I kept forgetting and was buying the ones that were 22 grams of sugar, which made it just a little harder to calculate how much she had had. And, you know, now I can plan a little better with those. So we're hoping that can go in. I just find that with sickness, we've just got to be even more vigilant to make sure, you know, of course, lows are always dangerous, but running high becomes this whole new ball game because it's really hard to control the highs. And that's what, of course, would get her into DKA or something really dangerous. So we did have a stomach bug. Actually, we were just weeks into her diagnosis, and this was before a pump or anything, and she was on the couch and getting high, like really high, like all of a sudden 300 or something blood glucose. And so I called the hotline at the endocrinologist to find out what to do, and I described all the things that was happening, what she had eaten, how I dosed it, what was happening, and after going through all this other troubleshooting, the endocrinologist on call said, you know, it really seems like she's getting sick. And while I was on the phone with the endocrinologist, Lena started barfing like a terrible stomach sickness situation. So the endocrinologist called it, told me, of course, that hydration and trying to get that blood sugar down was the key. Okay, no more. And so that we've been through that situation. Now, of course, the pump helps amazingly with sickness because it's always going to be helping with the corrections when the child's going high. But I've heard a lot of other type 1 moms talk about how the body just responds less to the insulin at those times, and that it's just really hard to control. And then, of course, hydration becomes a real crisis. You know, you've got to keep them hydrated, or else the body doesn't have any recourse with those higher blood sugars due to the cortisol and whatever else is stimulated during sickness. So just wanted to share our experience of that. It's one of those times, you know, I just heard or I just read some other moms being nervous about starting the pump, and I was too. Some controlling part of me didn't want to sort of give in to the pump, but it really helps during sickness. All right, talk to you later.